Okay, wonderful. Right then, let's start the test then, please. So, can you introduce yourself to me, please?
My name is Giang.
Hmm.
My family name is Do. So my full name is Do Giang.
Hmm.
I'm 15 and I'm going to high school this year.
Okay, cool. So, let's start off. Let's start off the test then by talking about study. Then, so what's the name of the school you're going to start at?
Um, I'm going to be studying at Nguyễn Huệ, so it's a kind of high school for gifted students, and I'm going to study my major in English.
Cool, nice, great. Okay, cool. And which subjects have you chosen to study at the school?
Mm, we have to study all the compulsory subjects,
Uh-huh.
but as I said, I'm going to study my major in English,
Mhm.
so it's my most important subject.
Okay, so what are the compulsory subjects?
Um, I think it's literature, math, um, English, the normal kind that normal students do,
Hmm.
and physics, I think.
Cool. Okay. And do you get any optional subjects you can choose?
Mm, yeah, they said that it was optional, but we have to study it all.
Okay. You have to. Oh, okay. That's a shame. Okay then. So, out of the subjects, you have to study. You said English is your most favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind.
kind of. Okay. What's your least favorite subject?
Physics.
Okay. Why physics?
Um, I hate remembering like the like calculating things
Hmm.
in math, but it's more complicated.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay. And how about maths? How do you feel about maths?
Mm, I kind of like math because it's easier to study.
Okay, interesting. And which do you think is more important to you? Do you think it's the teacher or the students in your class? Which do you think is more
Mm,
important to you?
I think both the teacher and the students play an important role in the classroom. If the, the teacher is absent, then there's no one to teach the students what
Mm.
they need to do. And if the students it's absent, then there's
There's
no classroom
no class.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah. Do you think you study best in the morning or in the afternoon?
Mm, I think I study best at night.
At night.
I'm
Okay.
kind of an owl.
Night owl. Yeah, me too. Why do you think you study best in the at night?
Because it's more quiet and peaceful at night, and like the dim light makes me like lock in better.
Wow, I like that. Okay, fantastic. And do you have any plans for after you finish high school? What you would like to do then?
Mm, I might be studying abroad,
Okay.
maybe Australia or Britain.
Hmm. Which one is more appealing to you, Australia or Britain?
I think Britain is more appealing.
Interesting. Why
That's
Britain?
your country, right?
That is, yeah, that is where I'm from. Interesting. Why is Britain more appealing to you?
Because I have a lot of friends there, and my sister is also there, and I think the Britain culture is more interesting.
Cool. All right, then, nice. So we're going to move on to part one of the test here then. Hang on. Uh, it's There's so many things on here. Sorry, please wait for a second. Uh, Aha, here we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about teenagers. Do you enjoy being a teenager?
Mm, I kind of do, but I kind of
Okay,
don't.
why do you enjoy being a
Mm,
teenager?
because I'm young enough to do a lot of things, like both things, like trying new hobbies and sports.
Okay. And what are the downsides of being a teenager?
Mm, mm, Adults don't take us seriously.
Mm.
Like we're old enough to think on our own, but they just don't listen to our opinion.
Okay. And do you think that Vietnamese culture respects teenagers or not really?
Not really.
Why not?
They respect the the elderlies more.
And do you agree with that?
I think everyone's opinion uh, should be taken seriously, like equally.
Equally. Okay, nice. And do you spend time most often with people the same age as you, or older or younger?
I often spend time with people older than me
Okay, and why is that?
because in my family I've got a lot of siblings, and as I'm the youngest, I tend to find friends that are older than me.
Okay, cool. And what kind of activities do teenagers do in Vietnam?
Mm, I think the most popular hobby is either playing badminton or playing games.
Okay, and do you do either of those things?
No, I don't. I
Why?
prefer chatting with friends.
Okay, nice. And how about being fashionable? Do you agree that teenagers should be fashionable?
In a sense, yes, because teenagers have a very strong sense of fashion, and they like to show off, not show off, but to show their personalities. Um, I think letting teenagers wear fashionable clothes, but like the not very expensive one, it's a very good way for them to express themselves.
And why partly not? Why do you think they shouldn't be?
Because wearing fashionable clothes could lead to they begging parents to buy very expensive that the parents cannot afford, and therefore leading to arguments between the children and the parents.
Okay, wonderful, cool. So I'm going to move on to sorry, so much stuff on here. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Right, so um, if right, okay. I'm gonna set up a timer on here for a second. So here is your question sheet. Here is your note-taking sheet, and you got a pencil. Good. Okay. So I'd like you to describe an ambition that you haven't achieved yet. You want to tell me what it is, why you haven't achieved it yet, and why this is an ambition of yours. Okay. So you've got a minute to make some notes. Okay, and then off we go. So your minute starts now. Whenever you're ready, you can make some notes on the paper. Right then. Okay, your time is up then. Okay, so I'll set the stopwatch up now. And can you describe to me an ambition that you haven't achieved yet, please?
I have one ambition that I haven't achieved yet is to have an 8 in IELTS, or at least a 7.5. I haven't achieved it yet because I haven't really fostered my writing and speaking skills that makes me that lowers my grade. I usually just had a 5 or 6 in writing. Yeah. I'd like to achieve this ambition because it will help me in my high school exams and like have a scholarship to go to study abroad. Mm.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So we're going to move on to the final part of the test then. So there it is. Okay. What are some like normal ambitions for young people in Vietnam?
To have a decent job
Hmm.
and to have a high paid salary.
Hmm. Okay. And do you think that young people in Vietnam get to choose their ambitions, or do you think that parents decide for them more often?
Nowadays, more and more young people get to choose their dream, but in the past, mostly the parents choose for them.
Okay, interesting. And um, why do some people not have ambitions or dreams for the future, do you think?
Mm, I think they're striking midlife crisis and
Hmm.
they don't know what to do or what to just. Mm, they don't know what they want to do or what their dream is. Therefore, they have no aim in life.
Interesting. And do you think that people from wealthier families have like bigger ambitions than those from like maybe poorer families?
I don't think so. Um, People like mostly young people in wealthier family, they would like to settle their life with
Mm.
the fortune they have, but people in poorer family, they have to make a lot of money to feed their family and to achieve their dreams. Therefore, they have to work harder and have bigger dreams.
Right. And do you think that people in Vietnam have a good work-life balance?
Mm, I think I don't think so.
Why not?
Mm, a lot of people go to work overtime and they rely on coffee and takeouts, and that's not good for their health.
Mm.
And they spend very little time with their family and friends. I think that's just not balanced.
I would agree, yeah. And would you describe yourself as being an ambitious person?
No.
Why not?
I have very little ambition, but once I've set one, then I will do everything to achieve it.
Okay, interesting. So that's the end of the test. If you could just stay there for 1 second.